The Boring Company now has the green light for a new Vegas loop station to be built on UNLV's campus.
Leaders are calling the deal a multi-million-dollar investment that expands transportation options without costing the university. But not everyone is on board with this. The decision comes following a heated public meeting, and Fox 5's Talia Kirkland was there. She's live now at UNLV with more. Talia?
Tom, from where I'm standing, that Vegas loop stop will be located across campus. However, while university leaders are praising their decision, saying that this will expand transit for all campus members, tonight some community members as well as students and instructors say that they feel as though profit was prioritized over safety.
Extremely disheartened by the Board of Regents and their decision today. I believe, honestly, that they did not take in consideration the voice of the people.
Despite student and community pushback, with only one opposing vote on Monday morning, the Nevada System of Higher Education Board of Regents approved a new Las Vegas loop station on UNLV's campus. The stop will be built near the Thomas and Mack Center on the west side of the campus, with the company designing, building, and operating the stop at its own expense.
From our vantage point at the campus, this is a no-cost addition to the campus transportation portfolio.
The university's interim president said during today's vote it's a multi-million-dollar project the university doesn't have to pay for. He says students system-wide will get a 25% fare discount, with faculty and staff getting a 10% discount. The university says the main benefit for students may be new event parking revenue that could help offset campus parking costs.
We're excited to add this to the portfolio of transportation options to the campus.
But not everyone was as enthusiastic.
The NDEP found almost 800 environmental violations, and yet the Boring Company has not paid any fines. The construction of these loops in itself is also dangerous, and many workers experience chemical burns and other injuries. I ask of you all to please consider our community when voting and our environmental well-being. Thank you so much. We students do not want this tunnel built.
Students and community members who raised concerns argued the station would mainly serve tourists while bringing environmental and worker safety risks. The Boring Company denying those claims and ensuring safety and rider availability.
Vegas Loop in total at full build-out will be more than 68 miles of tunnel and 104 stations, making it the largest ongoing infrastructure project in the United States. And we're hugely excited to have UNLV as a partner in that project.
Now, the company has up to 12 months to complete this project once construction begins. And once the project is completed, the university will maintain ownership. Live outside of UNLV, I'm Talia Kirkland, Fox 5 News, local Las Vegas.